Jesus speaks about the temple being destroyed and wars, insurrections, and famines, and plagues. But he also says, when they ask him, by what authority are you teaching? He says, tear down this temple, and in 3 days I will build it up. And of course, there he's speaking about the resurrection of his body. But it is connected to this, because he speaks about the temple being torn down. But when does Jesus fulfill that prophecy? That if you kill him, he'll rise in 3 days. Well, he does that almost immediately. The temple doesn't get destroyed until the 70s, so, 40 years from when Jesus is speaking. And in that, it's unusual. Usually the way these things happen is they come to Jesus with a man who's lame, and Jesus forgives his sins. And they say, we need some sign that, you can do this. And he says, all right, you want a sign? Get up and walk. That was a bad example, because that happens afterward also. Isaiah says to the king that the virgin shall be with child. And the immediate example there refers to his own wife having a baby, and they shall name him Emmanuel. The prophets did this throughout the Bible. They would give some symbolic fulfillment and say, this is what's going to happen. In the case of Jesus, he tells them that destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will build it up. And that prepares them for the temple, the Jewish temple, being destroyed. They say, well, when is this going to happen? If we understand that Jesus has died and risen from the dead, we're ready for these things. If we are living according to what Jesus taught, we don't need special signs so that we can say, oh my gosh, now is the time to get ready. If we understand the depth of Jesus' love, and how out of love for me, out of love for you, he laid down his life, and it's easy to be ready for these times to come. Because we've had these signs for centuries, millennia. And whenever something bad happens, people say, oh, this is the time, now it's going to happen. We don't need to run around getting ready for the end of the world. We need to get ready today to live as Christians, to live the life that Jesus gave us at baptism. That's the time. This is the day. Now we need to live in that truth.